So let's go ahead and dive into it. We're gonna go into the first company, and what we're gonna be using most of this video, we're gonna be charting as well, but most of this is gonna be back and forth charting, and then also using the stock research tool on thewealthcatchers.com. Go there, go to the tools tab, click stock research, type your ticker symbol in, and then you get your entry point, stock analysis, SWOT, competitors, things like that. So let's break down Walmart real quick. So see, the 52-week high was 135. We're currently trading at 116.50, 116.57. Year to date, basically flat, right? S&P, we know, is closer to, I think, almost 10%, or a little over 10% year to date. So we're flat on Walmart. And then you see here, we have that 10% opportunity zone to go ahead and get in there. Excuse me. And then you can see on the daily chart, we have opportunities. 100 has been hit. It's close to that 200. It's close to that 253. Weekly, we still don't have that nice, strong weekly entry. But we're about, what, $16 away, 15% away. So it is coming, right? It's approaching. But definitely need to go ahead and nibble, get some shares, or put some dollars to it, whether you're doing shares or doing, dollar amounts like 50, 20, $10, or the case may be. But Walmart has hit that point to go ahead and start giving it some attention. Quickly go to stock analysis. So we do have a hold on it, right? Due to like what's going on with it right now. Then for valuation, we're seeing that it's trading at 32 to 35 times forward earnings. Definitely has a premium on it, because when you look at Walmart, even though it is a consumer staple, it kind of does have like a tech premium almost added to it. And then that could kind of make it expensive. So definitely you can see, some selling off into the name to try to reprice it, to kind of bring it back to reality. But for this video, we're most likely going to be focusing on the entry point and then the SWOT. So obviously we got the strengths here. They got unrivaled revenue scale, consistent top line growth, and revenue grew over the past trailing 12 months. I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me. 7.3% year over year. So that's pretty good. Dominant insider alignment, ownership stability. So 45% inside ownership, definitely pretty good right there. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go to weaknesses. Obviously, razor thin operating margins. As we know, running such a large operation like that, and for them to be, they're all the go-to is like the best and also lowest price leader in the market, right? Usually when people think about going to somewhere and saving money, they're going to go to Walmart, right? And unlike Costco, they don't have to pay a membership to go there. Anybody can just hop up, go to Walmart. And 99% of the time, you're going to find, what you're looking for. Because, as you know, they sell everything. They can sell anything for stuff for your car, if you eyewear, your medication for pharmacy, clothing, groceries, everything you pretty much need. It's pretty much a one-stop shop. Everyone thinks about, I'm going to go to Walmart, right? So back to over here is what we're talking about, was the stretch valuation right here, right? To grow fundamentals. So then brings up here, the market is pricing Walmart like a high growth tech company, which we do have that element, right? About we're going to go look into opportunities next. How we see that the e-commerce side of Walmart, like digital shopping and all that stuff. If you've been to the Walmart, you've seen the people pushing around the carts, shopping for customers. They're shopping for multiple customers at a time. And if you go to the side of the building, usually just parking lots or parking spots, I should say, for people pulling up to get the groceries. You see the Walmart vans on the street delivering groceries. That is a huge thing for Walmart right now. And that sector of their business is growing rapidly. Inside the store, it's like almost a mini warehouse operation or fulfillment center type operation going on back there. And on top of that, they have the distribution centers. So that's where you get that whole, it's Amazon-like in terms of that tech valuation getting added to it. But again, the bread and butter is being a consumer staple. So that's why sometimes it could probably be viewed as, okay, this price is getting a little too high. Let's try to make it worthwhile, right? Get that PE down to go ahead and make sure that we're not paying too high of a premium for this stock or for this company, right? So we can look at opportunities. You got retail media, advertising, because even if you have the Walmart app, if you've been paying attention in there, there's ads being thrown at you when you're scrolling. They kind of find a good way to try to keep your attention and put things in front of your face to let you know, hey, this is going on. You got the Walmart Plus membership. There's a lot of perks to it. Same way it has Amazon has its Prime membership with some perks built in. Walmart also does have those perks built in there as well. And then once you become a member of it, get it. There's also incentives like for the employees. They have Walmart Plus for free. So all around, they have definitely dived into that Walmart Plus situation. And also even for the payment scales, right? As you know, you go to a Walmart, there's no Apple Pay, there's no Samsung Pay. They have Walmart Pay, right? So they've been able to integrate that into their system as well, where you're going to be paying for your things via the app, right? Like for me, I go to Walmart, I can just scan or use the app itself, and I don't have to pull out my card, none of that, right? We do have some international exposure here with Flipkart they got going on there. And then last but not least, the tariffs, right? That's also going to be shown over here on the weakness side. Because tariffs, yes, they're going to hurt them in a sense, because it's hurting everybody. Prices are going up, things are more expensive. But once that settles down, or it's a forgotten about situation, that's actually going to be a boon to Walmart, right? It's actually going to be something that's going to help them, right? Because they're doing all these things and operating how they're operating with this situation ongoing and all these things, right? And like we said, too, all the stuff going on in the Middle East in terms of what's going on in Iran and all that stuff. So they're still operating, and they're still one of the most valued companies in the world, right? People are still going to it every day. So imagine when things get back to quote unquote normal, right? It's just going to be more upside from there, right? So you got threats. Obviously, Amazon's always going to be a threat. They're going to be a threat to each other. As we know, that's going to be a back and forth thing. And then how we mentioned tariffs here, supply chain cost inflation, which could affect their already thin margins. And we got labor costs. We know they are the largest private employer, or they are one of the largest private employers in the country, right? There's a strong chance you probably know somebody that works at Walmart, like in your inner circle, or you probably, how can I say it, maybe 3 people removed from someone that works at Walmart. So if you know a friend and that friend knows a friend, that friend's family member probably works at Walmart. So, and again, location, right? Walmart's, you'll find one if you live in a regularly populated area. Every 15 minutes is a Walmart. Pretty much every 20 minutes. Is really rare for you to be somewhere and Walmart's not nearby. So those are some of the SWOT analysis situations for it. So that's strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. Let's go ahead and look at the chart real quick for it. So looking at the daily chart first, like you'll see here, we had earnings report down here, and then also we hit an all-time high. Right before that, they had their earnings, and after that, everything kind of went downhill, right? They gapped down. So we have this gap here that's going to need to be filled, and this gap is ranging from, $130 to $126. So when it does recover, it does come back up, look for it to come back into this gap, either get rejected and go down, stay within the gap, consolidate, or into the gap and continue to rise up to hit new all-time highs, right? So you can see here on the daily that we are sitting, let me change my pointer. We're sitting right around the 200-day moving average. And then this is going to be for the weekly. So that's on the 50 SMA when we switch charts. But this is kind of where it's finding a home base at right now. And then we can see today how it's trading. Nice green candle. So definitely had some buyers step in to try and push it up. And then we see RSI also indicated that we reached that oversold level right here a couple sessions ago, which is probably why it is having some type of sense of bouncing back, right? Nothing's guaranteed here, obviously, but it did go through that period of all-time highs, gap down, sell off, hit a key moving average. Now it looks like it's trying to recover. Let's go ahead and go look at that weekly. So the weekly, you see here, has a great long run of being above the 50, right? Pretty strong. Again, all-time highs. And then we're sitting right here. That green line is the 50-week moving average right there. So sitting right there could be support. And then we either stay around here and consolidate and then bounce up. But this is a good indicator here. Hey, we support, but obviously as time goes on, today is what, Wednesday, we're in the middle of the week. So obviously as time goes on, we can see how this plays out for us here. But again, a name that's removed, from the AI trade and stuff like that, but quietly has given an opportunity for people to go ahead and get into, right?